Mic test. Oh my god, I'm so fucking tired. Holy shit. Can you guys hear me? Alright, here we are. Here we are. Here we are. How are you guys doing? How are we doing today? Oh my god. Oh. How are we doing today, boys? How are we doing today? Everybody good? Great. Awesome, man. Good to hear. Good to hear. Let me turn the music down a bit. There we are. Yo, Edu, it's been a while. Hey man. Hey man. Great. How about you? Yeah, I'm doing fine. Could be doing better, but I'm doing fine. Hey, what's up? What's up? Can you give me an opinion about this? Sure, man. Tell me what. Hopefully it's not a troll thing. Hello. I can't send the link. I'm glad you can't. I'll send it on Discord. Okay. But do not open the chat on stream. Okay. Okay. What the hell is this? Huh. Yeah, I see. This is very expensive. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, to be honest. It's just so you guys know, I know you can't see the screen right now, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, let's check this out, okay? What is this like? So it's a 1700X3D, 32 gigs of RAM, a 1TB SSD, a 5070, and then Windows 11 Home included. Whatever, I'm not gonna take that into consideration. This is $2,200 in a V100R Lian Li case with an AIO and some fans from Lian Li from the case. Let's actually rebuild this thing. I want to see how much this would actually cost if you built it yourself. Hold on. So what do we got? So 1700X3D. I think I'm just gonna take prices from here because I'm too lazy to check all the other places. So 399, 342, 399. Okay, let's just call it 370, whatever. That's fine. Let's take, I don't know, a 360 mil AIO. It doesn't really matter which one. I want to rebuild it myself to see how much it's gonna go. Yeah, but you can do it anywhere, and I'll just help you out with that. If you could even do it for Ireland parts, that would be even better. Oh, I see, Ireland, huh? Can I do somewhere? Is there Ireland? Okay. Okay, cool. So let's see. 1700X3D. My keyboard. Okay, it's fucking fucked. Anyway, 400 euros. Oh, that's fucked. Let's see, 360 mil. What the fuck are these prices, bro? What board is this? Do I have like better specs for the board? No? Fucking Norton antivirus, man. PC Power Picker Challenge today? Yeah, sure. We're gonna do it a bit later. Hold on. Dude, these prices are kind of nuts for Ireland. Is everything like this? Is there Amazon for Ireland? I think there is, right? 660 euros for a 5070. That's a crime. Dude, these fucking prices, man. Anyway, let me just, I don't know, I'll just get like a B850 board. 850. It's not working. It's just not working. Yeah, it's not working. Okay. Okay, hold on. Let me go get another keyboard. Alright, give me a second, boys. Give me a second. I need to quickly. I don't know why this happens. I think it's like a fucking CPU problem or something weird is happening because this should not be happening because my keyboard works, but whenever I start a stream, it does this shit randomly from time to time. I don't know why. And I haven't even looked into it, but whatever. I'm just gonna use this one because I know it works. That and bundled with the fact that I punched this keyboard about 1,000 times, so yeah. Anyway, so let's just go for a B850. Oh, this keyboard's weird. Oh, you cannot be fucking serious. Okay, no, not ASRock. Definitely not ASRock. Dude, these are so expensive. Holy shit, these are so expensive. Anyway, I guess let's just go for something like this. The DR5. What sort of kit we got here, mate? Hold on. Let me see. Eddie, what's your opinion on using Bazite on a 4050 laptop? I mean, if you want to do that, you can definitely go ahead and do it. I don't really have an opinion on it. It's just going to be up to you, you know. Hey, do I have an RTX 5080? Someone wants to trade 2 terabytes NVMe and 1 kit of 64 gigs DDR5. Should I take it? A brand new 5080 is like $1,500, $1,500, right? I probably wouldn't take it, to be honest. I don't think I'd take it, no. Probably not. That and the uncertainty of everything, I probably wouldn't do it. Up to you, though. 5,200, okay. So it's 5,200, and if I were to guess CL36. So let's just do 5,200. I really want to match it in price, you know. So 5,200, CL40, 16 gigs, 32 gigs. 32 gigs, just one 32 gigs. Holy what the fuck? 500 euros. Dude, what are these prices, man? Wow, this is insane. Okay, anyway. 1 terabyte, right? Yeah, just get a fucking P310. Yeah, there we go. 5070. What edition is it? Gigabyte maybe? No, MSI. MSI. It's this one. Well, not this one. But anyway, it's similar. 662. And that's 1900 already. And then the V100R. Like this. Which, I don't know, it's not available. And then, how big is our power supply here? $750 watts. Okay. Just put one as a placeholder, I guess. Yeah, whatever, just do this one, just as a placeholder. $2,000? Yeah, I mean, honestly, to be completely honest with you, this is a fair price. For these sort of prices in Ireland, I feel like this is a fair price because I tried, you know, I don't know about other websites from Ireland. I guess this is a good one. But like, I tried to rebuild it with pretty much everything from this website, like Paradigit. And I mean, this is sort of the price that you can get. Oh, wow, this is horrible. This is horrible, yeah. It's really bad. It's really bad. I mean, it's the best you can do for this money, to be honest. Like, this is gonna be worth it. Unless motherboard IO looks good. Like, motherboard seems to be fine. PSU, I'm not so sure because I don't see a brand. But other than this, I mean, everything's fine. Oh, so it's an MSI Mag Tomahawk board, I think, or something. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not bad, you know. For $2,200, I mean, euros, whatever. And you get it fully pre-built, 3-year warranty. Honestly, it's not that bad for these prices, you know what I mean? Not that bad, yeah. Not that bad. So hopefully this helps you out. I mean, you can get it. You can get it. It's just, it's tough to get a good value PC nowadays, to be honest with you. Yeah, it really sucks. Hello. Okay, I'm gonna go back to questions, boys, since I finished this. Yeah, sorry for ignoring you boys for a little bit, but I'll go back, okay? Would there be any other better alternatives around that price? Probably not. I mean, as an alternative, how much is the RX 9070, for example? So it's even more expensive. So you'd rather go for the 5070 instead? No, I don't think so, to be honest. I think like this is perfectly fine. How much is like a 9800 X3D compared to a 7800 X3D? Much more expensive. Much more expensive. Yeah, it's not worth it. It's not gonna be worth it. It's really not. This one has the same specs, and I guess you can save a bit of money. Maybe the motherboard's a bit worse. This one's just as good, by the way. This is literally like the exact same PC. It just has less fans and a worse AIO, but it's the same PC. Just so he knows, you know. Yeah. Okay. Sure, boys. So I'm gonna go back to the top. Okay. I'll take your questions one by one, and then I'll go through them. Sorry for I just you know, got off a little bit of a tangent, but it's fine. All right. So PC Part Picker Challenge today. Yes, we're gonna be doing one in about an hour. Okay. Let's see. I want to build a future-proof PC. It's difficult to build a future-proof PC, especially nowadays with current pricing, my guy. Yeah, what's your opinion on using Bazzite on a 4050? I already answered that. I have an RTX 5080. Yeah, I answered this. I need a gaming laptop to use in college. All right, no PC because of that. HP Omen i7 3060 for like $500 used. Yeah, that's not a bad deal. That's definitely not a bad deal. Opinion on Asia Horse fans and cables? I mean, they're pretty cool. They look nice. They're Lee & Lee copycats, and they're much cheaper. So if you want to go for something that like imitates the Lee & Lee style, you can definitely go for Asia Horse. Yeah, and if you can find them. They're not the cheapest things ever, obviously, but they're pretty cool. Yeah, he said that 2K euros about the best. Okay. Should I buy it, or is there something better? I mean, when it comes to used deals, it's just going to depend on what you find, right? But for $500, that's not terrible. It's not bad at all, to be honest. 3060 laptop, 10th Gen i7. It's not bad. It's gonna do well for college. Should I use a SATA SSD for games and a 200 gigs Gen 4 SSD for OS? So, okay, we're gonna need to specify here a little bit, because there is both NVMe and SATA PCIe SSDs, and then there's 2.5-inch SATA 3 SSDs, for example. Okay, so let me show you. If you do NVMe versus SATA PCIe, you're gonna notice they're both this form factor, okay? They're like this. This one's NVMe that has a single notch, and this one with two notches is SATA. This one is slower than NVMe, much slower. And then there is a SATA 3 SSD, or SATA 2, or SATA 1, which are these 2.5-inch drives, okay? So you're gonna need to clarify for me a little bit what you mean between Gen 4 SSD, which you definitely mean PCIe and NVMe, and the other SATA SSD. Do you mean this SSD or the other SSD? Because this is going to be very important. Okay? That's going to be very important for me to answer your question. And just so that it's clear for you, if you regardless, NVMe is going to be much faster than SATA. It's going to be an order of magnitude faster than this, and it's going to be another order of magnitude faster than the other one. Or should I say 2 orders of magnitude faster than this and 1 order of magnitude faster than the other one. So it's just going to depend on what you want to do with it. I would do the following thing. I would install OS on the Gen 4 drive, and then I would install my most played games, if they're not too high in capacity, on that drive, and then I would just leave everything else on the other SATA SSD. Okay? Just so that the things and the applications that you're accessing the most are going to be the fastest, and you're going to have the best possible experience with those applications since you use them the most, right? If that makes sense. So yeah. Hopefully that clarified it for you, man. Yeah. I want some advice too on a 9900X or a 9700X plus 9070 XT combo in editing tasks. You're probably gonna notice a difference with the dual CCD 9900X, but honestly, you're gonna be fine either way. So it's generally just going to be up to you, you know, on whether or not you want to spend the extra on a 9900X instead of a 9700X. Yo, man. Hi. Hello. Could you share some opinions and adjustments on a build I'm planning to do? Of course. Send it over, my guy. Send it over. Thanks for confirming. No worries, man. Broken donate me 64 gigs of DDR5 sealed 30,000, 6,000 megahertz RAM. Okay. What are your thoughts on techware? Techware. I don't even know what this is. Oh, I do know what this is. Kind of forgot. I wouldn't be able to tell you much. I've heard about them. I've never used any of their products. But from experience and like from what I've seen, it's just what most companies do. They just like try to copy others. So this is obviously copied from Fractal Design. Most of these are copied from, you know, Left and Right and so on, right? Lee and Lee, whatever. Thing is, if they make good products at fair prices, that's perfectly fine. But I can't recommend them, or and I also can't tell you that I don't recommend them because I've never used any of their products. So I don't know. I know of the company, but I haven't used anything. So yeah. i5 12400F for DDR5 upgrade path. 9060 XT 8 gig. 16 is too expensive for me. Gigabyte 760M. Okay. Well, I mean, to be honest with you, depending on the budget that you have there, which I'm guessing is right around $1,000 or so, or maybe a bit more, like $1,100 or so, right? I feel like that's kind of how much you're willing to spend on it. And if you genuinely just cannot go for the 16 gig version of the 9060 XT, you know, I would try to advise you like to really try to squeeze in that 9060 XT 16 gig. But if you can't, I would much rather go for the 5060 than the 9060 XT 8 gig. And I'll tell you why. Performance is basically identical between the two. The 9060 XT beats it in some games, it loses in others, but NVIDIA simply just has better software stuff, okay? Upscaling is still just ever so slightly better. You can benefit from frame generation as well, and you are going to run into the same problem as well. Yeah. With the 9060 8 gigs simply because of the VRAM. 5060 is worse in price. Oh, you're from India. Oh, that changes everything, my guy. I pray for India, bro. I genuinely pray for you guys. I pray for you. I pray for you, man. The prices in India, boys, are I made like 2 short videos about AMD pricing and NVIDIA pricing like across a multitude of different countries, and India was by far the worst. Like, it wasn't even close. Dude, India, what the fuck is happening, bro? Like, what the fuck is happening? Like, it's so bad. It's so bad. You just have to expect to pay like 50 to 60% more on your system overall if you build it in India. Like, it's so ridiculous, bro. It makes absolutely no fucking sense. It's so ridiculous, my guy. 820 on a Steel Legend 9070 XT, yeah, and the ASRock version, yeah. Yeah, man, yeah. I mean, dude, listen, your system is going to be fine, you know. Your system is going to be fine. It sucks. India sucks for prices, bro. For PC prices, it just fucking sucks. Why the prices of RAM and SSDs began to drop? They haven't. They haven't. Or maybe you mean, why haven't they started to drop? Well, they're not going to drop anytime soon. At least from what I believe, you know. There's still a lot of AI contracts. There's still a lot of responsibility for the companies who produce the DRAM chips and the storage chips as well to fulfill their contracts and then just sell a billion different chips to these massive AI companies, you know. So it's probably not going to happen anytime soon unless the AI bubble bursts overnight, you know. Yeah. Hey, Twin, I got to ask, what should my friend pair with a 5080? What's his budget, my guy? Tell me his budget and like what he wants to do generally with his PC, and I'll tell you, okay? It's very easy. You either go for a 7800X3D, 9800X3D, or a Ryzen 9 from 7000 or 9000 series. It's as simple as that. But like, you know, I can help you be a bit more specific, you know, if you... 3K is his budget? Okay, so yeah, just go 9800X3D. Or does he want to do some more intensive stuff? Maybe he can squeeze in like a 9950X, you know, or something like that. When will Intel Celeron become irrelevant? I think Intel Celeron hasn't been relevant for 10 years. So I'm sorry. Would a 5600X bottleneck a 9070 XT in 4K gaming? No, it would not. No. You would not be bottlenecked at 4K. You would be a bit bottlenecked in 1440p, and you would be bottlenecked in 1080p with a 5600X paired with a 9070 XT, ever so slightly. It's not going to be like a gigantic bottleneck or anything, but you will be. But in 4K, you're going to be perfectly fine. Even if you had something like a regular 5600, which I mean, I know there's not much of a difference, but yeah. I got a 4060 and 32 gigs with DDR5 RAM and an i5 14500 and 750 watts PSU. Should I upgrade to a 9070 XT? You can upgrade to a 9070 XT. That's a CPU that can definitely handle it, especially if you want to play at higher resolutions. It's just going to depend to you. You know, it's just going to be up to you. 750 watts for a PSU, if you want to get a 9070 XT, is going to be enough as well. You're not going to need to upgrade that either. So, yeah. You're going to be good. You're going to be good. Yeah. For work, 9950X or 9800X3D for gaming, they're the same price here. Thing is 9800X3D is good for everything, and 9950X is good for everything, you know. But if you're like a bit more gaming focused, sure, go for the X3D chip. If you're a bit more productivity and work focused, then go for the 9950X. It's not like one can do the other so much better that it's unjustified. No, they both can do everything very well. Yo, 25 watching, yeah. When I saw the prices you mentioned, my PC would cost around 2,000 USD more in the US than here. Jesus, man. Yeah. Would 650 watt PSU be good enough if I undervolt the 9070 XT? I do not recommend you do that. No. Get a higher watt PSU, my guy. At the very least, and like you're cutting it close with the 9070 XT, at the very least you should go 700 watts. You should not do that. No. Your PC will restart. Your PC will shut down. Your PSU will not be able to handle it, my guy. It's just not gonna happen. I went for a QD OLED 165 Hz ultra wide instead for a cheaper 240 Hz 19:9 instead, WRL. I don't really understand exactly what you did. So you got an ultra wide QD OLED instead of a 240 Hz. What does 19:9 mean, my guy? Bro, for like CS2 is a 7600 XT and a Ryzen 5500 good. So honestly, in CS2, the 5500 isn't the greatest thing ever. CS2 is a very CPU intensive game. You're gonna be able to play it. Don't get me wrong. You're gonna be able to play it very well. You're gonna have, depending on your resolution, if you play like 4x3 stretched, if you play on low settings and you're a competitive stretch, which you like most likely are since you play CS2, then you're gonna be fine. Okay, you are genuinely going to be fine. But if you can squeeze in a 5600, then that would definitely be a difference. Okay, that would definitely make a difference. Yeah. I got scammed before I started PC building, and I have basically a spare PC due to me upgrading everything. So how much should I sell these specs for? 9600K, 1050 Ti, and 16 gigs of DDR4. Yeah, that's not a very good system nowadays, especially the 1050 Ti is very outdated. Honestly, if I were you, I would probably like try to sell the GPU separately for a very low price. I don't know for how much 1050 Ti goes for right now. But the thing is, you should probably sell like your case, your motherboard, your CPU, and your CPU cooler and RAM as a bundle. I think you're gonna have the most success like that. Maybe you can include the PSU as well, maybe, but the GPU is probably gonna turn off a lot of people. So if you sell it as a bundle like that, you're maybe going to have better success. I don't know how much that's going to go for. You're going to have to analyze your own used market. You're going to have to come up with a good deal for yourself, you know, and for the person who will potentially buy your system. I can't just tell you how much you should sell it for, because you just need to analyze the used market and you know, make up your own mind there. Yeah. Okay, is it worth to upgrade to a 5700X? I have a 9900K. Yes, already yes. And the Geekbench score for the 9900K was around 9550, 1870, 9700, 1940. Don't just go off of Geekbench. Don't just go off of benchmarks. Go off of what you want to do with your system and look at actual practical benchmarks, okay? The 9900K is a pretty old CPU nowadays, okay? 9000 series was a long time ago. 5700X is definitely not new by any means, but you're going to have a much better time with the 5700X than a 9900K in pretty much everything you're going to do on your system. So yes, it is worth upgrading for sure. What UPS rating should I get for an 850 watt PSU, 1500 VA or higher? I think that's going to be fine, yeah. How can I send you my setup components? It's too long for here. So you can join our Discord server, okay? Let me just do something real quick. You can join our Discord server, okay? So you can just join our Discord like here, and we have those. You can find the link in the description of the live stream right now, and we have these channels, if I can find them, these PC builds and then PC setups, and as you can see, a lot of people posted here, and from time to time we just come here and we have a look, you know, at what people have submitted. So yeah, you can do exactly the same thing, you know. So yeah. All right, I need to go back up a bit in chat. Okay, by the way, I'm planning 1080p because I'm basically going to play GTA 5, Valorant, and Minecraft and some AAA titles, so you could work? Yeah, for sure, man. You're going to be fine. I have a question. Is it better to have a stronger CPU compared to your GPU or a weaker CPU when compared to your GPU? Okay, so people... this is like the most Reddit-esque discussion that we could possibly have. Is it better to be CPU limited or GPU limited? I don't think it's better to be either. Okay, you should definitely strive to go for a balance, but again, it's always going to depend on what you want to do. If you plan to play on, if you literally just plan to play on 4K, you can get a fucking 9070 XT and a 7500F, and you're gonna be fine. You're only going to run into bottlenecks at certain resolution in certain scenarios. There's no necessary general situation in which it's better to be more CPU limited than GPU limited, you know? Such a thing doesn't exist. It's just based off of your scenario, off of the particular scenario that you're going for, okay? There's no real, like, better way to go, you know? Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Thanks, I'm gonna subscribe. Thank you so much, man. Is an Intel i5 Ultra 125H and an RTX 4060 bad for a laptop? No, it's not bad at all. Is 32 gigs of DDR3 good for editing? DDR3 is pretty slow, and if you're on a DDR3 platform, then yeah, you know, that's gonna be an old system. So AM3, AM3 Plus, or older LGA sockets from Intel, you know. So is it gonna be like good? It depends. It's gonna depend. It's not necessarily gonna be the RAM's fault if it's not good. It's just the entire system responsiveness and system speed, you know. So yeah. When will you play Detroit Become Human? The game has 85 possible endings. What the fuck? 85? Yeah, dude. I should definitely play it, shouldn't I? Yeah. I'm probably gonna play it soon. I'm not gonna play Cyberpunk anymore. That game bored the fuck out of me. I'm never gonna finish it. Should I buy a laptop with a... Excuse me. With a Core 5 210H and an RTX 5050 and 16 gigs of DDR5 RAM, I mean, sure, you can go for it. If it's at a reasonable price, you can go for it. Is a 9070 XT good for 1440p Ultra? It is glorious. It is fantastic. It is amazing, yes. What is your favorite RX 9000 series model? Mine is Loki XFX Mercury. Probably just Pulse. You know, probably just Sapphire Pulse. I don't know. I just really like the model. I really don't like the Nitro. I feel like it's just too chunky. But Mercury is pretty cool. Yeah, Mercury is pretty cool. Definitely. Yeah. I'm so lucky I bought 32 gig CL30 6400 megatransfers per second DDR5 RAM in early 2025. Early 2025, huh? Yeah. So you got them. Okay, now my messages show up. Yeah, they do, man. They do. Yeah. And my PC is going to be enough for AAA story games like God of War, as I said, RX 7600 and Ryzen 5 5500. Yeah, you're gonna have to sacrifice a bit of settings here and there, but you're definitely gonna be able to play them, man. Yeah, for sure. Don't expect to have 150 FPS, okay? But like you will have a pleasant experience. They will definitely be playable, for sure. Yeah, for sure, my guy. Ryzen 7 7800. Wait, 7700. X CPU, not GPU. Oh, that was difficult to read. 5070 Ti and 32 gigs of DDR5. Yeah, I mean, that's an awesome system, my guy. That's an awesome system, yeah. Give me a free £2,000 PC. I wish I could, my guy. What's the best budget AIO with those customizable LCD screens? It's gonna depend on what you find and where you find them. There's a bunch of like Chinese manufacturers that copy these. GameMax is one of them. I think they're Chinese. I hope I'm not wrong. GameMax. So these guys have some AIOs from what I remember. AIO 360 display, something like this. Yeah, so you see something like this, for example. This is like $100 from GameMax. You can search for it. There's a fucking sea of them. You know, it's just going to Depend on where you're from and what you can find. But GameX is definitely a company that you should be looking out for when it comes to budget stuff. So there you go. This thing's like $100-something in my country. So yeah. Yeah. What are your thoughts and predictions on the shortage? Well, my thoughts is that it fucking sucks, and my predictions is that we're kind of fucked for the foreseeable future. And I've talked about it in many different videos, on many different live streams, you know, but fact of the matter is that there's no way for anybody to know what's going to happen, you know, so yeah. Should I pair a 5600 with an RX 6600 XT or save a bit more money on the CPU with the 5500 and get the RTX 3060? So here's the thing, a 6600 XT versus a 3060 is not an upgrade. That is a side grade. You just get NVIDIA stuff, but performance is basically identical. So no, you should keep the 5600 and go for the 6600 XT in that case, yeah. Hey man, I got an issue where my GPU can't run properly on Gen 4 and 3, only Gen 2, and it's not entirely stable. Games stutter, what do I do? Oh, that means it's either, that sounds to me like either your GPU's fucked, your motherboard's fucked, or your CPU's fucked. You're gonna have to test out a few things there. Like if your GPU only runs well in Gen 2, your slot maybe is fucked. There's a bunch of things. I would... You probably don't have the possibility to like test out a different motherboard, but like at least if you have like a friend that has a PC, maybe just take out the GPU from your system and put it in his, and see at least make sure that it's not the GPU's fault, you know. So yeah, you're just gonna have to like troubleshoot it somehow, my guy. You're just gonna have to troubleshoot it somehow, yeah. I was just wondering if it's a cool idea to build a 10-year-old version of my PC because I have the parts but don't know what to do with them. One specs, I was thinking using the parts I have. I mean, dude, sure, go for it. If it's for nostalgia's sake, you know, obviously that could be a pretty cool project. Yeah, yeah. I have a 5060 and a 5600X, but my what is that? Mondier? Oh, monitor, right? Monitor is 180 hertz. Can I cap my FPS at 240 on Fortnite? I can get 240 in game. I mean, if you have a 180 hertz monitor and you have 240 FPS, go for it. Just play the game. Why would you want to, you know, why would you want to cap? Why? I don't see the point. So yeah, just if you get a lot of FPS, if you get FPS over your refresh rate, that's perfectly fine. Your game will feel even smoother, you know? Yeah, what are your current PC specs? 7900 GRE, 7600X, 32 gigs of RAM. Yeah. MSI B650S Pro Wi-Fi board, whatever. I have an MSI PSU and then a Steam machine for a cooler. I'm not kidding. I literally have a Steam machine for a cooler. I'm joking. But it's a fucking huge air cooler that looks like a Steam machine. PC cooler RZ820. So yeah. Okay. Circle Defender Z X7. Okay, another incredibly generic case that's copied, you know, this looks like a Deepcool case, it looks like a GameX case. Sure, cool case. Nothing too special about it. It's nice that it comes with a shitload of fans. That's cool. Hopefully they're decent quality fans too. 7 fans is pretty crazy. I have to admit, 7 fans is pretty crazy. Yeah. But it's a copycat of something else. I mean, it's a PC case, you know. Is this laptop worth the price? 13420H, 16 gigs of RAM, 512 SSD, 5050, 8 gig for $760. Yeah, for sure, that's worth the price. Pairing with the 5600G plus 5070, how can you stop CPU bottleneck in 1080p gaming? By getting a better CPU. If you have a 5070 and a 5600G and you want to stop CPU bottlenecking in 1080p, you have to get a better CPU. It's as simple as that, my guy. Not much I can help you with there. Is it worth to buy a PC with a 5700X 3060 Ti 16 gigs of DDR4? I can send you the link. I mean, just tell me the price and I'll tell you. For this, I would not pay more than, I don't know, 700, 750 bucks. I would not pay more than that. I'm planning to get an MSI 1650 Super. Is it a good card? And can it be paired with the 3470? Oh, you have a very old CPU. Yeah, it's not gonna be ideal. 1650 Super is not the greatest GPU in the world, but if you have that kind of CPU, I mean, sure, you could go for it, but it's not gonna be great, my guy. It's for gaming, by the way. Yeah, just let me know the price and I'll tell you. If it's above 750 bucks, then I would not go for it. I would not go for it. Yeah. How good is this build? 5060 Ti 32 gig DDR5, Ryzen 5 7500F, paired with a 165 to 180 Hz, 30 to 32 inch 1440p monitor. If it's the 16 gig version of the 5060 Ti, then it's great. If it's not, then it's fucking not very good. Okay? Is it dangerous to leave my PC as is? For the moment, I can't afford to replace any parts and don't have the means to probably troubleshoot it. I don't think anything bad's gonna happen, even if you leave it like this. You know, I don't think anything bad's gonna happen. Yeah. Also, what motherboard do you have? You have to have like a B550, right? Or something. I helped a guy build a new PC, walked out with 16 gigs of DDR4, an X570 850 watt Corsair Gold PSU, 3600 and a cooler for free. Okay. My state school here in Britain just managed to upgrade all of the PCs to LGA 1851 and DDR5. They don't have any budget left for the decade. Bro, what the fuck? Are you serious? That's crazy. Yeah. The specs I was going to use, if you're wondering, 4440 270X. Yeah, that's a pretty old school. That's a pretty old school PC. That's cool, man. That's cool. Price is 1265 in USD. No, bro. Fuck no. Hell no. No, hell no, bro. Hell no. I helped a guy build a new PC, walked up with 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM and an X570. Yeah, you said this already. Could you rate the PC I chose? 6 RGB ARGB fans for about $40, by the way. Anti-Spurs 205, Mini 6F Mini. I mean, sure. It's a PC case. Sure. As long as it has good airflow in it and fans, that's good. Sure, it's gonna be fine. It doesn't look like the highest quality thing ever, but it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. You can definitely go for it. Bro, the 5060 Ti 8GB is overhated as fuck. It's not hated enough, my guy. It's not hated enough. It's a product that never should have existed. It's a product that literally was created to make people confused about which 5060 Ti version is the good one, and a lot of people fucked up and bought the 8GB version instead of the 16GB version. And it's just a fucking waste of sand. It is what it is. It's a good GPU die limited by VRAM. That's it. It never should have existed. It's a piece of shit of a product, and it never should have existed. And it is not hated enough, in my opinion. And people who start to become fine, like people who start to accept products like these, like $400 for an 8GB GPU, and you call it overhated, my guy, we're not on the same page. I'm sorry. We're not on the same page. It's the 16 gig version. Thank God I'm fine. Yeah. No, dude, 8 gigabytes for $400. The B580 beats it, bro, in 1440p. Do I genuinely need to say more? Like, do I really need to say more? And you're calling this shit overhated, brother? It's not hated enough. It's genuinely not hated enough, bro. Yeah. What's the best 1440p monitor for around $200 range? Dude, there's a bunch of them. You can check AOC, you can check Samsung, you can check BenQ, you can check. There's so many of them. There's literally so many of them, my guy. There's so many of them. There's not a single best one. There's so many of them. You got Asus, you got Samsung, you got AOC, BenQ. There's so many of them, my guy. There's so many. Just find a decent one. Find a decent IPS or VA panel and you're going to be good. When do you think the RAM prices are going to go down? I don't think they're going to go down this year. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think they're going to go down this year. Is the 4900K responsible for global warming? It's definitely a factor, for sure. The 5060 Ti 8GB is trying to rage bait. It worked. What is the best CPU for the RTX 3080 Ti? Wait, 3080 Ti or 3070 Ti? Which one? There's not necessarily best CPU. This is going to depend again on what you want to do. If you want a 5700X is going to be enough. A 5800X 3D is going to be great. A 5600X is going to be fine if you play at 1440p. 7600X is going to be great. A 9600X is going to be great. It just depends on what you want to do. A 7700X is going to be great if you need a bit more cores and so on, right? 3070 Ti, yeah. So again, 5700X, 5800X 3D, 7600X, 9600X, 7700X, whatever. It depends. Do you need more cores? Do you need less core? Do you not need as many cores and so on, right? It depends on your budget, but anything from that list is going to be fine. You can even go for a 5600 if you play at like 4K or 1440p. That's going to be fine. I have the Gigabyte X570 SUD. You have a good board. 2 terabyte storage, Deepcool AG400 ARGB. Yeah. 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 Is the Lenovo LOQ a good gaming laptop? Lenovo makes good products overall. I have one as well. I have an LOQ laptop as well that I basically just use it for filming. But it can play some games. It can play some games. It's not a fast laptop by any means. It was like $600. But like, you know, I have one. And I have to say, like, even for that price, build quality and everything else is great. And I have had Lenovo laptops in the past and they were great. They were by far like the best brand of laptops that I ever have, yeah. Is the Deepcool AG... Let's check this out. Deepcool AG400 ARGB. Yeah, I know this cooler. Yeah, sure, go for it. It's a decent cooler. It's a Be Quiet copy. Yeah, sure. It's pretty good. What's the difference between HDD, SATA, and NVMe speeds according to you? HDD is slow. SATA is faster. NVMe is in a whole different realm of speed, okay? It's on a whole different level, okay? I don't know what analogy I could give you right now, but it's on a whole different level, okay? You want NVMe. That's it. I got a 9800X 3D and a 1660 Ti, thinking of upgrading my GPU to an RX 9070 XT. Is this a good upgrade path? Of course it is. Not only is that like a fucking insane upgrade, you know, going from a 1660 Ti to a 9070 XT, like that's a fucking heaven and earth upgrade, you know. Yeah, it's great. It's great. I don't even know how you ended up in this situation where you have a 9800X 3D that's like 500 euros and then you have a 1660 Ti. I don't know how you end up in that situation, but here you are, I guess. What do you think about 360mm AIOs? So, thing is, AIOs are great. They're not... The difference in performances between a good AIO and a good air cooler are basically just not there, okay? There's a very small difference. But they look cool. They're nice. They do tend to, you know, fail much faster than an air cooler. Air coolers never really do fail. There's just a piece of metal with a fan. So... yeah, it's just gonna depend. And AIOs are much more expensive, so it depends on your budget as well. Yeah. Yeah. Should I get a Gigabyte GeForce RTX 5060 Ti? Okay, 16 gig, which I'm getting for $650. Holy fucking shit, $650 for a 5060 Ti 16 gigs is insane. And 816 for a 5070 is even more insane. There is a difference between the two, but honestly, for those sort of prices, I would just stick with the 5060 Ti, my guy. It's recommended to enable XMP and Expo after installing Windows, right? Yes, do not enable XMP or Expo. I'm speaking from experience here. You may not have this problem, but I'm speaking from experience here. Don't enable your RAM overclocking profile before you install Windows. Every single time I did that, every single fucking time I did that, and I did it on countless PCs, I was getting blue screens in the Windows installation. And it would crash and the whole system would just go to shit. Okay, never had a problem with it. I mean, I've had a few problems with it, but only after installing Windows do you do that, okay? When are we doing Discord rate your build? That could be fun. That could be fun. I had an idea of people like sending their rooms and their setups, you know, like really comprehensive rooms and stuff, and then I have to guess where they're from, you know? Like they send the location with a spoiler tag on Discord, and they send all the details about their room and their setup and shit like that, and then I review the room and the setup. I give it a grade, and then I try to guess where that person is from, you know. Which one is hotter, Cora or Mag? Definitely Mag. 100% Mac, bro. 100%. Not even close. Not even close. Want to play Minecraft? Not really, no. I was thinking between Windows 7 and 8.1 for my retro system, since I'm using Windows 10 right now. Could also use... Okay. I mean... Sure. Cool. Do you use controllers? You just make sure you know that everything's compatible with what you want to do. But yeah. Sup, man. I want to upgrade from my GTX 970 and I got about 600 bucks. 5070 is in another realm of price. 3090 I could try to get. But I don't want to have the Sahara Desert in my room with the heat. What CPU do you have? If you're on a 970 system, yeah, I don't know. 5060 Ti 16 gig, I want future-proof for GTA 6. 5060 Ti 16 gig will definitely be able to play GTA 6. Yeah. What's the difference between native FPS against FSR or DLSS? Is there any noticeable difference? Yes, of course there is. Of course there is. Imagine rendering a game natively at 2560 by 1440, which is 1440p, by the way, for those of you who don't know. And then imagine rendering it at like 1400 by 768 or 1366 by 768, and then the rest of the pixels, you know, are filled in by AI with DLSS. Of course there's going to be a difference. Of course there is. Of course there is, yeah. And DLSS looks fantastic, man. Of course, yeah. Yeah. What do you suggest for wire management? I have such bad wire management. Patience. That's what I should suggest. Patience. And just actually actually cable managing your stuff, you know. And obviously hacks like, you know, tools and then zip ties and then a bunch of different things. So yeah. I have a, wait, I could try, wait, no, never mind. CPU got Ryzen 7 1700. Yeah, that's a very old CPU. You need to upgrade. Plan to get a 5700X. Yeah, 5700X is going to be a very good upgrade. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. When do you think GTA 6 will come on Steam, and what do you think will be the price? I think it's going to cost like at least 80 euros. 80, 90 euros on Steam, and it's probably going to take at least, at the very least, 1 year after the console release. At the very least 1 year after the console release, yeah. Yeah, at the very least 1 year. So yeah. That's my 2 cents on it, but that's my 2 cents on it, yeah. If GTA 6 even comes out this year, you know. If it even comes out this year, my guy. When PC Part Picker Challenge? I mean, that's what I was preparing to do right now. I'm going to give you guys another hour. And I'm going to need to think of some rules. So, yeah. I'm going to need to think of some rules. I'm figuring out the rules right now, okay? No, I'm gonna give you a challenge today. I'm gonna give you guys a fucking challenge today, okay? I'm gonna give you guys an actual challenge. Like this is gonna be challenging, my guys. Is the Ryzen Threadripper overkill for gaming? What the fuck do you think, bro? It's not that it's overkill. It's not made for that. You don't need 32 cores or 64 cores for gaming. Doesn't make any fucking sense. Get an X3D chip. Threadripper is a workstation platform, my guy. Not a gaming one. Sure, you can game on it, obviously. But like, no. You shouldn't do that. Is it worth to invest 4 tall forged yellows for casting pit on Garuda, or is it overkill? It depends on the build. I've seen some crazy shit with her. I think 3 is gonna be enough though. And the other two, I think you just go power strength. I think you just go reds. Maybe I'm wrong though, who knows. You need a Threadripper to run City Skylines too? Okay, fine, you got me, you got me. Yeah. Okay, this is fine. Make it hard but feasible, of course. Of course, I wouldn't make it fucking impossible. What would be the point, you know? I hope it's a tie again. I hope it's a tie again, bro. I hope it's a tie again, so we can do some other fun stuff. I hope it's a tie again. All right, cool. So, why is the 9070 XT's price not increasing? It is. It has increased. So I don't know. Maybe it hasn't increased in your country, but it has increased. Zillion's not up, so I don't know how I'm supposed to like take the submissions. Because people aren't going to be able to send links in here. Can somebody try to send the link on... I'm on live chat, yeah. Can somebody try to send the link on media? On our Discord server? I don't think you guys can send links here. Discord is fucking confusing. I'm on live chat, of course. I don't sit on top chat because then you miss some comments. Yeah. You should do TeamSpeak Trust, dude. I think I'm gonna switch to TeamSpeak in a bit, to be honest with you. Okay, so it works on media, right? Send submissions to on media. Okay, cool. All right, so here's what we're gonna be doing, okay? So PC part picker challenge, 1 hour, a budget of $750. I told you it was going to be challenging. Both new and used parts are allowed, as long as the used parts are from eBay. No bids, only full prices, okay? Used, refurbished, or open box parts from Newegg are also allowed, okay? This is going to be a 1080p gaming system. We're going to be rating it by performance, value, and aesthetics, and you guys have 1 hour to do it. After you're done, you send your PC part picker link on media, okay? Good. So we're going to start in 5 minutes, okay? We're going to start in 5 minutes. I think you missed my messages. No, I read every single one of them, my guy. MySpace is better, for real, for real. Skype on top, dude. Skype days used to be awesome, bro. Yeah, it used to be awesome. How many nuclear power plants is required to run a 5090 PC? About, you know, about like 1200 watts or so of nuclear energy. I don't know, you know, uranium power, something, 1200 watts, something. I don't know how much uranium you need to output 1200 watts of power, if that's even a thing. I have no fucking idea how it works. So yeah, there it is, okay? For those of you who are new and want to participate, if you want to participate, you have to make a PC part picker account, okay? We're doing $750. We're doing $750. If you want to add a used part to your PC part picker list, say for example, we want to add this one, this 12700 KF, you have to make sure it's not a bid. You have to make sure it's not a bid. If it's a bid, you are instantly disqualified. You go here, you go to add custom part, manually create part, you call it i7 12700 KF or whatever it is, you paste the link in here and you do CPU and add custom part, and that's it. That's how you do it, okay? That's how you do it. If you guys don't understand this process, watch the video back, okay? My retro system is going to be good. Yes, it includes a motherboard that has a BIOS issue, but I will try to fix it. Okay, man. An update should fix it. What's your all-time favorite GPU? Mine's the GTX 1080 Ti. 750 Ti is my all-time favorite. GTX 1080 Ti is definitely my second favorite, but yeah. All right, cool. There's gonna be a counter on screen very soon for the timer, and you guys are going to have to start, okay? All right, and we start now. Good luck, everybody. The winner gets a cool Discord role, okay? Yo, bro, do you want to play CS 1.6 Rocket League? Is it CS in Rocket League or Rocket League in CS? While watching, I'm trying to boot my just now built PC into BIOS, but the screen shows nothing. What should I do? Is your PC on? Do you have life in your PC? If so, give it a bit. Give it a moment. Give it a few minutes. If you press the power button and everything comes to life, like your cooler lights up or like your fans light up or your fans start spinning and stuff like that, okay? Just give it a second. Give it a second. And you might want to watch your easy debug lights on the motherboard, okay? This is what I always do. Motherboard easy debug lights. If your PC is not posting, if your freshly new wonderful PC isn't posting, you need to check these on your motherboard. You have to check these, okay? These are all the processes that the motherboard has to check before the PC boots. If you are stuck on something, if you're stuck on something like this, okay, then you might have a RAM issue, for example, if you're stuck on DRAM. If you're stuck on CPU, you have a CPU issue, and so on. You're stuck on VGA, that's a GPU issue. You're stuck on boot, well, boot, you're never going to be stuck on it, to be honest. Almost never. But yeah, also, if you have a fancier board with an error code, you can Google it and see what's wrong with it, okay? But most of the time, all you need are these debug lights, and you're going to be fine. If you have lights like this, just give it like 5 to 10 minutes, especially if you're on an AMD platform. This is most likely a process called memory training here. And it's just going to, you know, the CPU, the motherboard, and the RAM really need to just like meet each other, get to know each other, you know, and it's just going to take a little bit more in the beginning, and that's it. So wait for it a little bit. If you have issues, then we can see after that, okay? We can see it's in the way. Oh, sorry. So this, for example, if it's like this, then this is most likely like a memory thing, okay? Memory training thing. So all of these things on the motherboard, they're usually on the top right here. There's 4 little LEDs right here, okay? So yeah. Yeah. Never mind, I'm stupid. What'd you do? Does the Asus B450 Pro Gaming have those? Look on your motherboard, like on the top right, and see if they're there. I don't know. Let's see. They pretty much everything has, but maybe this one doesn't have it. Images. I wanna zoom in a bit. Hold on. Can this load? I don't see them anywhere here. Probably not. Weird. A board like this doesn't have easy debug. That's tough to believe. It should. The website's down. Okay, not down anymore. I don't see them anywhere. That's weird. maybe there's like a different kind. Pretty much every single one of them should have these. If anybody knows, let me know. They're not like the conventional debug LEDs here. Yeah. Yeah. Cooler Master NWV2 850 watt versus Gigabyte Aorus 850 watt. Same price. What should I get? Doesn't matter. Whichever one's higher rated on the PSU tier list. It doesn't matter. How'd you choose your channel name as viverro? Any inspiration or something? I forgot the meaning again. It's something that a member of our team came up with, and I just thought it sounded cool. So yeah, I forgot the fucking meaning again. I always forget it. But it was something nice though. That's all I can tell you. I forgot again. Yeah, how do I stop my GPU from throttling at 0.49 gigahertz on a laptop? I don't know, change the thermal paste, dude. I have questions. If I buy an RTX 5060, do I need an HDMI to my smart TV with 144 Hz or display gaming monitor? I don't know what I don't know. I don't understand the question. Do I need HDMI to my smart TV? If you're talking about, if you're worried about your cable not being able to hit your refresh rate, pretty much any HDMI version will hit 144 Hz. And if you're talking about display gaming monitor, but you wanted to say DisplayPort is going to be fine as well. Okay. My GPU fans also are not spinning, then your PC is not on maybe. Oh, wait, GPU fans. Oh, yeah, I mean, that could be normal. That could be normal, yeah. That could be normal. Is every single other fan spinning? Okay, for some reason, YouTube deleted part of my question, so I'll ask again. Dilemma here, because I'm going to study abroad thanks to Erasmus. I'll send the second half now, okay. I want to game abroad too, but do I bring my ATX PC and struggle my way with a monitor and all, or do I buy a cheap gaming laptop with like a 4060? You can go for a cheap gaming laptop and just like get rid of all of the hassle. You're not going to have the same performance, obviously, but if you just want to game here and then, you know, it's going to be fine. It's going to be more than fine. So yeah, you can definitely do that. Yo, hey, what's good? Tell me a GPU combo for Ryzen 5 5600X. So anything, like, don't go above a 5060 Ti 16 gig. That's the limit. Don't go above a 9060 XT 16 gig or a 5060 Ti 16 gig. Anything in between is fine. Ideally, go for a 9060 XT 16 gig, yeah. Can you explain VRMs in motherboards? I don't understand that. It's a bit of a complicated thing. It's a bit of a complicated thing, but I don't know the ins and outs of it either. I just know a little bit about it, but sure, I guess. Is the ASRock Challenger RX 9070 XT a good 9070 XT deal? A good 9070 XT model? Yes, of course it is. Of course it is. Yeah. Alrighty, I'm gonna go back to the VRM question in just a bit, okay? Okay, just a bit. I need to do a few things. Yeah, I just ordered a 9800X through the end of 9070 XT. Is 750 watt enough? I would go for 850. Go for 850, bro. It's most likely gonna be enough, but just go for 850. Just be safe and have some leeway. Yeah. I have an RX 580 and the Ryzen 5 5500 and the PC is on, RGB is on, but it's not showing BIOS. Are you plugged into your GPU right now? Try to plug your monitor into. Does the 5500 even have integrated graphics? I forgot. It doesn't. I don't think it does, right? No, it doesn't. No. Are you sure you plugged your HDMI cable into your 5060 and not directly into the motherboard? Okay. Let me just. I'm gonna tell you, VRMs are a very intricate thing. Okay. VRMs stand for like voltage regulator Something. I forgot the M. Modules, probably. Something like that, okay? Something like that, okay? These things basically just like make sure that the voltage within the entire motherboard, like everything that gets sent out is stable, clean, and like fine. That's why on some like CPU, say for example a 4900K, you're gonna need a higher end motherboard because of higher quality VRMs. And not just higher quality, more of them. That CPU is a piece of shit. So it needs all the help it can get from the motherboard, from everything else, okay? It's such a fucking failed product that it needs so many different things around it. It's very stupid. But it works great when it works. So yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I know the ins and outs of VRMs because there's a lot of things like electrically speaking, you know. I'm not an electric engineer, so I'm not gonna pretend to sit here. I just know it like regulates voltage throughout the board, like what goes to the socket, what goes to the RAM, what goes to the PCIe slots, and so on. So yeah, it's a highly diverse thing, let's say. RTX 4060 laptops are honestly way overpriced. It's gonna depend. The fact that both my R9 270X 2GB and my RX 6600 are power color is another reason why I want to build that retro system. Basically my PC, but if it was in 2016, okay, that's cool. GTX 1660 Super is the best budget card. Depends what budget, my guy. Is the 5060 Ti with the Ryzen 7 7700 a good combo? Yes, especially if it's the 16GB version. Stay away from the 8GB one. Is there any other consumer CPU brand other than Intel and AMD? No. No, there is not. There used to be a socket called Super 6, and there was also another one, Super 7, by the way, that back then, both AMD and Intel CPUs worked on it, believe it or not. There used to be a socket, fun fact, Super 6 socket. I think it was called, right? Something like this, Super 6. CPU. Or socket 6, not socket 6 CPU. Or like socket 7 or something like that. Yeah, I think this is it. I think it was something like this. Something like this. Like this is very old. But this socket, I believe it was this one. Maybe like socket 7 after. Socket, CPU socket, wait. Socket that accepted both Intel and AMD CPUs. This thing. I think it was this thing. Wait, was it? Super Socket 7? No, Socket 5 and 7. Okay. Whatever. I forgot. I forgot exactly which one it was. So back when these things were a thing, both AMD, like some AMD generations, and Intel generations also worked on a single socket. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Yeah, isn't that crazy, boys? Alright, where are we? What are your favorite PC games? Only playable on PC, top 5. Okay, Red Dead Redemption 2. Oh, I'm not gonna give you an, I don't know, The Last of Us Part 2 maybe? Shit like Counter-Strike, Warframe, probably not top 5. It depends, bro. I'd have to think about it. Yeah. Yeah. Can my 1660 Super can run 4K Cyberpunk with path tracing? For sure, bro. Easy. You can run 8K path tracing with the 1660 Super, bro. Is 650 watt power supply enough for a 9070 XT, or will I have to upgrade the power supply as well? I would. 650 is not okay for a 9070 XT. At least 750, recommended 850, to be honest. You should go for an 850 if you have a 9070 XT. What are your specs? 7600X, 7900 GRE, 32 gigs of DDR5. Hypothetically, if I shoved RAM up my butt, how would I get it out? I don't think this is a hypothetical, my guy. I think this is a very specific question. Okay? I think this is a very specific question. Yeah. Can my Iris Xe game... okay. Hey, is an RX 9060 XT with an i5 13400F and 16 gigs of DDR4 a good combo? Yeah, it's a decent combo. It's fine. What's the timer for the PC part picker challenge that we're doing? Is a GTX 1060 still good in 2026? No. Not really. No. I would say no. Generally speaking, no. Is the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5090 the world's fastest graphics card? No, it's the fastest consumer's graphics card, but it's not the fastest graphics card. There's faster things. I'm done with my PCPP. Okay, send it over on Media, my guy. Hey viverro, is there a noticeable difference between an SSD with a DRAM cache versus one without? I'm only using it for a game drive. The price difference is around 50% for a 1TB NVMe SSD. Yes, there is a considerable difference, yeah. B650M Pro RS, what's your opinion on this motherboard? Let me look it up. Let me look the board up. Yeah, so the thing with the DRAM cache, with the non-DRAM cache and then the DRAM cache SSD, all you need to know in general is that an NVMe SSD that does have DRAM cache has much better sustained performance. And they usually also last longer and they're faster as well, you know. So DRAM-less chips are just going to be cheaper. They're going to be a bit I think they're going to run a little bit cooler since obviously you don't have the DRAM on it. But yeah, and there's a bunch of other differences as well. But all you have to know is that DRAM is very nice to have, you know. Hey my boy is back. How are you? Doing good, sir? Yeah, I'm doing good, man. How about you? I'm doing good. Yeah. So B650M Pro RS. B650M Pro RS. Let me search for it a bit. From ASRock. Oh, yeah, I'm not a fan of I'm really not a fan of ASRock at all. Like at all. But I mean, it's gonna be fine. As long as you don't put an X3D chip on it, you're gonna be fine. Hopefully. Yeah. Bro gave up on that Iris question. Yeah, sorry, man. Lad can post the link. Help. Okay, give me a second. It's probably because of GTX 1000. And media is also not a good idea. Zillion's not here to help me. Let me think of a solution. Let me think of a solution. Zillion's not here. Oh, what should I do? Hold on. Give me a second, guys. Moderator. Yeah, I don't want to change anything here because these are security things. Give me just a second, guys. I need to fix something. I need to fix something, and then I'm gonna go back to your questions a bit. Okay, give me just a bit, okay? Technic, are you in chat, my guy? Are you in chat right now? Can you help me a bit with these things? All right, you know what? I'll just do it myself. No, it's okay. I'll just do it myself. So if you guys have finished your PC part picker list, just DM me, okay? DM me on Discord. Okay. I am Edu, the guy in the videos on Discord, okay? So yeah, DM me there. When will AMD GPUs ever get good at non-gaming tasks? They're decent now. 9000 series is pretty good. Since you're on the topic of motherboard, what about mine? Sorry. MSI B450 Pro Max. I'm using a Ryzen 3600 and a 3060 Ti. Yeah, you're fine, bro. You're more than fine. So what do you think? The Aorus or the Tough Gaming motherboards are better? Definitely better than ASRock, yeah. And historically known not to not have as many issues. Oof. Is my GPU and CPU combo good? I have a 7800X3 and an 8060 16 gig. 8060 16 gig. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. You can go for a very high you can go for a very high end I can't DM. Oh, I need to open my DMs. All right, you guys can DM me now on Discord. Okay, sorry about that. Zillion's not here, so we have a bit we have some technical difficulties. Yeah. What do you think about the new Blackwell architecture and new NVIDIA GPUs? I mean, it's good progress. They're very good GPUs. They're efficient. They're not that much better in terms of performance. Cooling is very impressive as well. But yeah, I mean, it's an architecture that's more directed towards AI workloads than gaming. So it is what it is. Yeah, board is board unless you overclock. Cheapest is best. Not really. Not really. Okay, boss, take your time. There are some boards. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just biased. I have had a lot of problems with ASRock motherboards, especially with AMD CPUs on them. I've had a lot of instability stuff, so I just cannot recommend them. But if they work for you, they work for you. Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like they're shit or something like that. I've just had a horrible time with them, so I can't really recommend them, to be honest. Yeah. Is a 4080 plus a 9950 X3D a good pair? Of course. Is a 6600 with the Ryzen 5 5600? Of course it is, yes. Best GPU to get with the 7700, 5.6 gigahertz eSport title, $600. Try a 5060 Ti 16 gig, or if you can find the 5070 for that price, though you won't be able to, a 5070. Yeah. How to do the PC part picker challenge and what is it, man? I'm dying to know. Well, I've already explained it, man. You need to go back in the stream. I've already explained it. So yeah. Alright, I'm waiting on DMs, okay? I'm waiting on DMs. I just bought a laptop with an Intel i7-9750H, 16 gigs RAM, NVIDIA Quattro P620 GPU. Was it a good purchase? I mean, sure, depending on what you want to do. It's pretty old. Also, brother, our home doesn't have earthing. ChatGPT says I'm cooked. Can't I just use a surge protector and voltage protector? Oh, earthing. 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 Yeah, so you're not cooked. You're gonna be fine. It's not great that you don't have earthing, but you know, try to like, if a storm comes, try to not have your shit go ballistic. So yeah, you're still gonna be okay. You're still gonna be okay. What happens when you test with two monitors? Test exactly. When you test run with two monitors. What do you mean test exactly? Like what's your actual question? What do you mean by that? Hey brother, do you think it's okay to use a 6-year-old Corsair RM 850 XPSU on a 9070 XT and 7900X 3D build? This is gonna be okay. Yeah. Yeah, it will be okay. How to pair an i3 second gen with the RTX 5090? You don't. Why don't they make blower style GPUs anymore? I don't know, man. I don't know. Not good enough anymore, I guess. They're not good enough. Can't cool effectively enough, you know? Will you buy a PS5 for GTA 6 or do you already have one? I will buy one. Yeah, I don't have one right now. No. But I'm literally just going to buy it for that, yeah. All right, let me put this in live stream info, in archive actually. Oh, okay, give me just a second, guys. I need to do something. Hold on. Okay. Good. Cool. I'm back. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Is a Lenovo LQ a good laptop? 3050 version. I have one. It does everything I needed to do. It's decent. Yeah, it's decent. 850 bucks is a bit. It's a lot. It's quite a lot. Oh no, brother, I'm not using a PC during Storm. Heck, I'm shutting it down ASAP when Storm approaches. Hey, my mom. Yeah. Centiges now? Yeah. No worries, man. No worry. Is my GPU and CPU combo good? I have a 7800X3D and 9060 XT 16 gig. Yes, it is. Do you think this is a better purchase? 5070 Ti or 5080? 5070 Ti all the way, bro. 5080 is $500 more expensive for 10% more performance. Hell no, it's not worth it. 5070 Ti all the way. Hey, dude, did you finish Bloodborne? No, it wasn't really playable. On the emulator, it wasn't really playable. Bro, I made a PC build 12400F with an H610 motherboard and a 3060 12 gig. Is it good? Yeah, it's decent. Yeah. Is it hard to mount a power supply? No, it's very easy. If it's located in Canada, can I use it? No, United States only. Technic, can you tell me the rules? You have the rules on Livestream Archive. You have the rules there. You have the rules right here, guys. You don't need to ask for rules. They're posted here. You have the rules here on Livestream Archive. These are the rules, okay? You have them right there. On a scale of 1 to 10, how good is the combo? It's a 7.5 out of 10. What are the specs of your PC? 7900 GRE, 7600X, 32 gigs of RAM. Dude, I need to do something because people ask me this 100 times a day. Why are HDDs bad compared to SSDs? Because HDDs are a mechanical process. There is a physical thing that is writing data on a disk, and that disk needs to spin, okay? That's why, and they're old. It's old technology. Oh, I'm sorry if you got a night. No. Please don't. No. I hope. No. That wasn't my intention. No, I just need to I need to do something about it because people ask me all the time, you know. So no, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's perfectly fine, man. Don't worry about it. Is the 5060 Ti 16 gig future proof? Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. I would say so. When is the next horror game live stream? I don't know. We'll see. What was your first GPU? I can't remember. Like my first actual GPU was a 750 Ti, like desktop GPU. But I've had laptops before that, and I can't remember. Then what is a good AMD CPU for a 5070 Ti? Anything above a 9600X, 9600X, 9700X, 9800X 3D, 7800X 3D, 9900X, 7900X, 7700X. Even 7600X is fine. 7950X, 9950X, and so on. Okay. Please tell me a good AMD CPU for 5070 Ti. Yeah. So those. Yeah. Just put the specs in the description. Yeah, could be an idea. Hey, so my laptop I'm getting has a 9750H, which has integrated graphics, but a laptop has a GPU. How does that work for games? So, pretty much every single mobile CPU meaning laptop CPU, will have integrated graphics, okay? Pretty much every single one of them does. If not every single one of them does, because half of those graphics, desktop's gonna run, or your other stuff. If you have a dedicated GPU, your dedicated GPU is only going to be used when you're doing something that requires a lot more power. For example, when you're gaming, that's going to be using your dedicated GPU. But when you're on your desktop, to save power and, you know, and to not waste energy, you're going to be using your integrated GPU, which are significantly weaker. So yeah, that's how it works. Yeah. Is $25 shipping too much? Shipping is not included in the challenge. Or if you're asking me if $25 shipping is too much in general, yes, that's a fuck ton of money for shipping. I kind of forget getting an LOQ because I can't use it normally without it being plugged in the charger and it gets really hot. Yeah. Yeah. I'm really curious to see what you guys come up with in this PC bar picker challenge because $750 is really low. Real. Imagine I said 1440p for $750, dude, it would have been over. Nobody would have won, bro. Nobody would have won. Hello, bro. How are you? I'm doing good, man. How about you? I'm 14 and I'm saving up $3,000 to buy my first real PC. That's cool, man. Actually, you could get a U7700 XT with like a 3600. Don't like fucking spew out your secrets, bro. Come on, what are we doing? What are we doing? Can you actually get a 7700 XT system within $750 used? Maybe you could squeeze in like 16 gigs of RAM in there on a DDR4 platform, like AM4, yeah, maybe. Maybe you could find some good deals. You can try. Yeah, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe it's doable, maybe it's not, you know. Who knows? There's people who have found fucking... there's a guy who bought a $300 PC off of an old lady. And that PC had a 3080 Ti. Okay, that's already like $400. And a 5800X3D, 4 terabytes of storage, and 64 gigs of RAM. $300, the entire PC. I don't know how they do it, bro. I don't know where they fucking find these old ladies, but hook me up, bro. You know what I mean? You can use a cardboard box, yeah. You cannot have a case, you know. You just lay everything out there, you know. What's a normal budget to buy a decent gaming PC, including the peripherals? It depends on where you're from. It depends on what sort of gaming experience you're looking for. For like a 1080p setup, I would say you can get something pretty decent in like $1,200 to $1,300 overall, everything, you know. Yeah, like $1,200 to $1,300 is gonna get you a pretty good setup with a monitor, with a decent keyboard, with a decent mouse, with a decent mouse pad, with even a desk. You can find like furniture for free. With a decent PC as well. So yeah, somewhere there, $1,200, $1,300. Didn't say it before because I forgot, but a few days ago I saw a dream where you were comparing the 5070 Ti and the 9070 XT for your PC. Okay, that's a weird dream, bro. That's a weird dream. You should not be dreaming about me, my guy. Yo, Zillion's in the chat, bro. Zillion's in the house right now. Hey, bro, I want to upgrade my build. Nah, fuck off. Fuck off, bro. Fuck off. You don't need an upgrade. Fuck off. All right, I'm back. Oh no, Pedri the bully. You want me to make the thread? Nah, it's okay. We're just gonna keep it in live stream archive, and we're gonna do that because I'm incapable of making a thread. So yeah, I just left it there. Your editor could use an RTX 6000, yeah, and a Threadripper. It's a good investment. What he has right now is more than enough. My guy has an 7900 XTX and a 7900X and 64 gigs of RAM. It's more than enough, my guy. More than enough. Mind you, that PC was like $2,500. Nowadays, it's like 6,000, bro. 64 gigs of RAM is like $1,000 by itself. Just gotta press one button. Damn, yeah, I can't do it, Xenion. Can't do it. Can't do it, bro. I am mentally ill, bro. I can't press the button, man. What can I do, you know? He's got the 4090 Femboy themed edition. I should not have said that out loud. I'm gonna get this clip now. I'm gonna get clipped. People are never gonna forget the 4090 Fembo Edition incident, my guy. When are you gonna play horror games? I don't know. I still have Fears to Fathom to finish. But yeah, that was fun. The last horror stream was very fun. Wait, you paid your editor before so they can build a PC and then start being an editor? No, 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 no. No, he just wanted to build a system for himself, and I built it for him, you know. So yeah. I'll do 1440p $700 build if you give me extra points for the 1080p one. No. No. I sub to you, thanks, man. Why you ignore? I wasn't trying to ignore, my guy. When you hit 10k subs, do a RAM giveaway? Yeah, maybe, man, maybe. Maybe we can hit 10k within like, I don't know, 2-3 months. That would be pretty cool. We're almost at like what 7,000 now, right? Yeah, yeah. We've been getting a lot of subs lately, bro. But yeah, yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We will see. I need to order myself some food right now. And do I can make the thread, then you can send stuff in it if you want? Sure. You can do it, and you can move these things as well. Is it possible to run integrated graphics and the GPU at the same time? Somebody for sure has found a way to do that, but it's probably impractical. Yeah. But generally, no. I need to get myself something to eat. Or actually, no, I'm not gonna do it. Can you remove the old thread, Zillion, from the Discord? How much do you earn per stream? $0 right now. 0. I remember in college our classmates used to share their YouTube channel links in class WhatsApp group for us to subscribe. That's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah. Why you have almost 7k subs? Yeah, we're not monetized yet. The channel isn't monetized yet, yeah. Yeah, we're very close though. Sadly, short, you know, we've just recently gotten into live streaming and like long format videos, and those are the things that actually count towards monetization. Shorts don't. When it comes to watch time, they do when it comes to views, but getting 10 million views in shorts in 3 months is really tough. And yeah. We're very close though. We're very close. And that's why we basically just have a lot of subscribers, but we're not monetized yet because we just don't have the watch time yet, but we're like really, really close. Yeah. What you study in college, bro? I dropped out first of all, but I studied electronics and then computer science basically. But I dropped out. Yeah. 2 Xeon E5s, 2660 V2, 128 gigs of DDR3 and a 1050 Ti. You guys have the weirdest systems out there, bro. You guys have fucking servers for PCs. Where can I donate money to your stream? We have like a donations link in the description, but you don't have to, my guy. You don't have to. You being here is more than enough. But it's up to you. It's greatly appreciated, you know. But you don't have to, my guy. Like don't and this is like available for everybody. I never want people to feel as though people are like forced or like pressured into donating us money. No, they just never. That's never. It's obviously going to be greatly appreciated. Like support, you know. I'm always going to be very thankful for it. But yeah, just don't, boys. You know, you guys being here is more than enough. Again, I'd be very thankful if you guys wanted to support us that way, but you do not have to, you know. Just enjoy it, you know. So, yeah. Yeah. Was it because it was tough or because you wanted to do your own stuff? It's 100% because I wanted to do my own stuff. There's no universe in which I wouldn't be able to have finished college. It's just that I I had a fear of becoming complacent because you see, had I finished college, had I just gotten through that, however I could have, and then you get a job, you move somewhere, and then you start to get complacent. And I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to put myself in a basically do or die situation where I would be uncomfortable, with my life, so that it would push me even more towards entrepreneurship, if that makes sense. It was just it's just a completely mental thing. And also I'm incompatible with the idea of going through college and then working 8 hours a day for somebody else for the rest of my life. I'm just incompatible with something like that. I just can't. My soul cannot take that. I'm too much of a creative person to do something like that to myself. Though I have nothing against it. Don't get me wrong. I have nothing against me, and I have nothing against it. I do not advise you drop out of college or anything. I just advise you follow what you feel like is the right path in your life, And I feel like this is right for me, and we'll see, Yep. Yeah. Do you only stream on YouTube? For now, yes. For now, I only stream on YouTube, yes. Yes. And I mainly do that, I'm going to be completely honest, I mainly do that to get watch time for monetizations. Yeah. After that, I'm probably just going to switch to Twitch. Most likely. I don't know. I will see. I'm not sure. Shout out, please? What do you want me to shout out, my guy? What should I shout out? What type of cases do you like? I like pretty much all cases. I don't really have a preference. I don't really care that much. I really like unique stuff. I really like unique builds, I live in a small town, basically where I am right now. The only knowledge I have is to go do an office job. I don't really know or where to do remote stuff. I generally want to do some other stuff, but yeah, you're gonna have to explore, my guy. You're gonna have to do a bunch of research if you ever wanna get out of that fucking hole that is an office job, my guy. Yeah. Yeah. Remote work is still gonna be work, it's just comfortable because you can do it at home. You don't need to wake up so early. You don't need to commute. It's a bunch of different things. Should I do 2 E5 and 128 gig DDR3 with the 1050 Ti for a second PC and server stuff? Sure. How could I ever say no to something like that? I have a budget of $3K. Build me a PC. I mean, like a 5070 Ti build. 5070 Ti, 7800X 3D, 32 gigs. You can squeeze in 64. 32 gigs, get a decent case, get pretty good fans for airflow, get a pretty good case for airflow, get a fucking 1000 watt or 1200, no, 1200 is way too much. Get a 1000 watt PSU or like at least an 850 watt PSU, that's pretty good, and that's it. Get a decent AIO, a B850 board or an X870 board and call it a day. That's it, bro. It's as simple as that. Is 32 gigs worth it? For $3,000 if you don't have at least 32 gigs? Yes, of course it is. Hi, hello. Bro, should I get a 1440p ultra monitor instead of my 1080p ultra monitor? I have an RX 9070 16 gig and a Ryzen 7 8700F. First of all, I would upgrade the CPU. 8000 series is not that powerful. Second of all, if you want to try ultra wide, go for it. If not, maybe try like an OLED. OLED is nice if you have the money for it. Thank you, bro. No worries, man. No worries. Will you continue doing tech content or gaming content in the future? So tech content is definitely going to be continued. I mean, that's the whole purpose of this channel. I really want to get out of the PC, only like the PC bubble, because I don't want to be known as the GPU guy. I sort of want to be known as. I really like Mr. Who's the Boss, for example. If you guys know Aaron on YouTube, they have an incredible channel. He's such an incredible content creator, and the entire team behind the channel is amazing. We want to build like some crazier projects that don't necessarily just involve PCs. We want to build a lot of different things. I want to start reviewing phones. I want to start doing a bunch more things, Is your channel monetized? No, it's not monetized yet, no. So yeah, in the future, there's gonna be a bunch of other things as well, But I really want to, as soon as possible, I want to get out of this. I really want to get out of this entire PC thing. When it comes to like only doing this, I'm obviously forever going to do PC stuff, but I just want to do a bunch more stuff on the side as well. Gadgets, microphones, like a bunch of different things. I don't just want to do. I want to do audio. I want to do video. I want to do a lot of different things. Could you tell what your means of earning was back when you dropped out and what is it now? So here's the thing. Here's what I did. Here's how my life worked. I dropped out of college. I got a job. After that, I worked at that job for about a year. After that, I got an even better job. I worked as a programmer for 1 year. I was earning pretty well. I saved up every single penny I could get. And now I'm here. I don't have an active income right now. You know, I do not have one. I am basically living off of the money that I had saved up from the prior year. So I could go full time into this and see what happens. I basically just took that risk. I took that step, you know. So that's why. And obviously some help from my parents here and there, some help from a few friends, and a bunch of other things. But yeah. W Mike, how much did you pay? So this is the HyperX Quadcast S, and I paid about, I don't know, 120 euros for it, something like that. I use it for only gaming, and my CPU only has been using about 35% of my GPUs at 100%. Okay. Lad, if I am to get a 5060 Ti 16 gig, should I stick with my current 1440p 144 Hz 27-inch monitor, or should I get a new monitor? The new main that is 1080p 200 Hz 25-inch. I want graphics over res or FPS. You know, graphics does mean resolution as well, right? You understand that, right? 1440p is going to look, graphically speaking, much better than 1080p. You do understand that, right? Like what you said is basically just counterintuitive, because you say you want to switch from a 1440p to an 1080p, and you, with higher hertz, and you say you want graphics over resolution or FPS, which makes no sense. So just keep your 1440p 144 hertz. It's as easy as that. Yeah. I'm back, only 15 minutes. Let me cook. Yeah, go for it, man. My CPU has never been used more than 35%, and my GPU is 100%. Why should I upgrade it? So, I mean, no, it's alright. And if in the games that you're playing you're not having any sort of issues, then don't. No, that's fine. That's fine. It's just that 8000 series is not the best CPU series in the world. But hey, I mean, if you get great FPS, man, if it runs perfectly fine in the tasks that you're doing and the games that you're playing, that's perfectly fine. Thank you. I'll surely post my PC after the build. Awesome, man, for sure. I get over 300 FPS in most games at 4K, but I'm stuck on a 1080p 100 Hz monitors. What PC do you have, my guy, that you get 300 FPS in most games at 4K? There's no 5090 that can do that, my guy. Suggest me a good monitor. What's your budget, my guy? Thanks for the advice. I appreciate the help. No worries, man. Of course. Of course. I pray you succeed, man. I wish I take the risk that changes my life too for the better. You do best, bro. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. And I pray for you too, my guy. I pray for your success as well in whatever it is you want in life and from life, my guy. And I wish you nothing but the best, my dude. Yeah. Around 50 bucks. Oh, used. Try to find something used. For 50 bucks, you're not really going to be able to find anything that's decent brand new. Or if at all. 1080p on native better than 1440p? What do you mean? I don't understand what you mean. 1080p native better than upscaled 1440p? Is that what you mean? 1 terabyte, 7200 RPM. Hard disks, huh? HDDs, huh? Yeah. After the challenge, I'm gonna go take a break and have some food, okay? So I'm gonna be gone for like 30 minutes or so. Hopefully that's okay. The 1080p resolution on a 1440p monitor looks bad because it doesn't divide perfectly. So that's why I want 1080p. I still don't get you. What do you mean it doesn't divide perfectly? It's still 16 by 9. It's still 16 by 9, bro. It looks bad because it's a 27-inch. That's why it looks bad. What do you mean it doesn't divide perfectly? That's an aspect ratio thing, and both are 16 by 9 resolution. So, of course, it divides the same. The ratio is the same. You know? 1080p is going to look bad on a 1440p monitor because most 1440p monitors are 27-inch, and 27 inches is just too big for 1080p. So yeah. 1080p on 1440p doesn't work because 1440p is 2.5 times. What do you mean it doesn't work? I can set my resolution to 1080p right now. It's gonna be fine. Literally, it's gonna be fine. What's your point? It's 16 by 9, my guy. It's gonna work perfectly fine. It's just gonna look like shit. That's all. But of course it's gonna work. Oh my god. Would you rate some points less if my RAM is green? I don't care, bro. I don't care. Yes, it works, of course, but it looks mech. Yeah, of course it works, but you were the one who was saying that it doesn't work. I told you that it works. It looks like shit, and I told you why, but it does work. You know? It's not that it doesn't work, it just looks bad. Of course it does look bad, because the panel is too big. Yeah. Hello, please support me and read my edits. I edit these on mobile. Sure. I mean, you can post them on like the clips channel on our Discord server, man. That makes sense. Then go for a 1080p monitor, my guy. I have an MSI monitor 4K IPS 160 Hz. That's awesome, dude. That's cool. How much time you guys got left? 8 minutes? Yeah. 8 minutes, boys. Yeah. Should I buy a 1440p monitor with a 5060 Ti 16 gig? Yes, you should. You definitely should, yeah. What monitor for gaming do you recommend in the price range of 400 to 600? So I'm thinking euros, and I'm thinking again that website or like whatever Ireland thing, right? So I wonder if you can get an OLED. Wait, hold on. Let me check something. What was the name of that website again? Something with P, I think. .ie. Paradigit. Okay. Let me see. Do they have monitors? Yeah, they do. Because like for 500 bucks, you should be able to get. Oh, that's cool. So here's the thing. You see this monitor, the XG27AQ DMG? This is the same monitor that I have right now. This is an OLED screen. It's 480 euros. This is a very good price. This one here, if you want it's an ultra wide 4K, I think. Wait, is it 4K? Is it 1440p? No, it's a 1440p monitor. This is gonna run you more. This one is great. I recommend it. It's a fantastic monitor. This one is fantastic. You can find a bunch more. There should be, yeah. This one from MSI is also very good. This was basically like my alternative. You know. Here's the thing. This is a WOLED screen. This is a QD OLED screen, okay? If you have a room there's a lot of light in the room, if you game with the lights turned on, try not to get a QD OLED. Try to get a WOLED, because your blacks are just gonna become like magenta, you know, and contrast is just gonna go down. That's not a problem on WOLED, that's a problem on QD OLED. QD OLED does have richer colors. Though if you just change the saturation a bit on a WOLED, there's basically no difference anymore. But I digress. But yeah, you can definitely go for this panel from MSI. It's going to be fantastic as well. And there's a bunch more. Like there's a bunch more. But for that kind of money, you should definitely get an OLED. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I have an HDD GT730, i5 4460, and 8 gigs of 1600 DDR3 RAM. What should I upgrade? Brother, you should start from scratch. But if you really want to upgrade something, get 8 more gigs of RAM and then a better GPU. Try to get something, I don't know, like a fucking... I don't even know. I don't even know. Max top 1660, and even that's going to be a bit of a bottleneck. A bit. That's definitely going to be a bottleneck. But get at least 8 more gigs of RAM. At least. And then a different GPU. See what you can find, my guy. See what you can find. I don't know, maybe like an RX 580 is probably gonna work fine. Yeah, it's all the hardware. But if you want like a big upgrade, then you should definitely just... Did you see the first PC I sent you? No, I haven't looked at it. Is this the wrong one or the good one? Rate my edits, bro. Okay, are they on your YouTube channel? I can have a look, sure. All right, sure. Let's have a look, man. Let's have a look. Oh, it's anime edits. It's anime edits. Let's see. Starboy. Let's watch this one. $720p. Quality is pretty bad. Hey, not bad, not bad. You definitely have like a lot to learn, but I feel like you should definitely continue to do this, man. Yeah, you should definitely continue to do this. Yeah, songs might be copyrighted. Be careful. It's okay. It's not gonna be a problem. Don't worry. It's not gonna be a problem. It's okay. I can cut these parts out of the VOD. It's fine. Don't worry. Yeah, this is cool, man. This is cool. Definitely keep going, my guy. Definitely keep going, bro. Don't stop doing it, man. You're gonna get better and better, okay? Keep going. Keep going. Hello, I have a Ryzen 5 8400F, 16 gigs of DDR5 and an RTX 3050. Should I upgrade to the 9060 XT? Yes, yeah, that would be a pretty good upgrade, yeah. Okay, you guys have 1 minute left, okay? Is this it? It's just 3 people? Thank you, man. Yeah, no worries, man. Yeah, keep going, bro. You're gonna get much better. You're gonna get much better, okay? Just keep going, keep doing it, you know? Where should I send? DM me. DM me the list, yeah? Should I downgrade my 4K 120Hz monitor to say a 1440p monitor with the high... Oh, excuse me. Almost died right there, dude. So should I downgrade my 4K 120Hz to a 1440p monitor with a high refresh rate? I have a 4070. Depends. Depends. I probably would do that because I think I would have a better gaming experience in 1440p with the 4070 than in 4K. So I would probably do that. Will you also play Discord today? I'm not sure what that means. Where should I send? We're only gonna do Discord challenges if there's a tie. Else we're not gonna be doing it. What's your mouse speed on Windows? I don't know. All right, it's 11:30. Good night. Meet y'all next stream. Okay, man. See ya. Ronaldo or Messi? Messi for me. Messi for me. Yeah. Definitely. All right, cool. Let's have a look. I guess. I mean, Sans, can you send it over? Oh, Amlon send it too. Okay. Okay, Zillion. I sent I built in DMs. Sure, bro. Cool. Couldn't have posted it yourself, you know. Couldn't have posted it yourself, my guy. All right, cool. Let's do total. Okay, we're gonna start with deck. Cool. All right, let's see. So let's start off with this one. I think he sent me. I've already checked the link and it's real. Though $350 for this sort of GPU is we'll see. We'll see. So what do we got here? We got. Wait, hold on. Let me do this. Let's do this. Yeah. I need to close out of these things. Cool. So what do we have here, boys? What do we have? So we have a 5500. Okay. Brand new. A520M board. Not a big fan of A520M boards. We have 16 gigs of RAM, 3200 CL22. Okay. We have an HDD, so no SSD. This is a big no-no. This is really bad that we only have an HDD. Okay, and it's brand new for $54. Yeah, not ideal. Definitely not ideal. We have a, I don't know how good this power supply is, but I'm just going to assume that it's fine. If somebody can check the PSU tier list fast, because I'm too lazy to do it. Okay, we have stock cooler as well. So yeah, this is not great. This is not great. Okay, so let's rate it completely honestly. The CPU GPU combo, number one problem, 5500 stuck on Gen 3. Number one. Number two, which is a very big problem, is the fact that we have an HDD. There are some games that are literally going to be completely unplayable. So the fact that we don't have an SSD is at least minus 3 points. Like at least minus 3 points. Do you know what I mean? I think I'm gonna do it 5 out of 10, bro. I don't know if I can do better than this. I don't know. I don't know if I can give you more than 5. The PSU is rated B in the confidence ratings. As in they didn't physically test it, it's be expected. Did my best with German market. You should have done United States. That was in the rules. US market couldn't do. Why? You can just switch it from here to the US and that's it. And I specified this as well. US stuff only, so it's fair for everyone. Oh well. RIP, I guess. Value, yeah, value the same. It's just HDD is terrible, man. HDD is terrible. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. And for aesthetics are fine. And since we're focusing on this a lot, you know, on performance, we're just gonna do it this way. So 18 out of 30. Yeah, well, I feel bad, but yeah, you guys need to pay a bit more attention. You need to pay a bit more attention to stuff like this. All right, next up. So this is done. Next up, Technic. Let's check this one out. So Technic. Let's just do this a bunch of times. Maybe one more. There we go. Okay, so let's see. 3700X. It doesn't look like a bid for 95 bucks. It's not a bid, yeah. Okay. Pretty decent cooler. Wow, 44 bucks? Really? For this cooler? This thing's like $100 something. I mean, hey, you know what? It's not your fault, definitely. B550A Pro. Good board. Decent board. Decent board. 50 bucks. Decent board. Looks pretty good condition. All right. 32 gigs of RAM. Awesome. DDR4. That's pretty good. 1 terabyte Gen 4 SSD. Which one? I'm curious. And I'm also curious about the RAM. Probably stolen. What the fuck? Oh, 100% stolen. What the fuck? This guy has to be some sort of reseller, but hey, I mean, you know, it is what it is. It's not your fault. Oh, it's a Kioxia drive. Yeah, that's going to be fine. I mean, it's going to be fine. Especially for the price, it's going to be fine. 3070 Ti. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. This is a good system. This is a good system. 3070 Ti for 260 bucks. Also looks pretty cool. I like the Zotac version. Okay. Black ATX case. Let's see. Let's see. I mean, it'll do the job. It'll do the job. Hell, not Discord. Edu? What? What's wrong? What's wrong, guys? What is wrong with you? Why are you spamming? What's wrong? I'm gonna mute you. If you spam it one more time, I'm gonna mute you. What is it? Okay, I'm muting you. Oh, no, I didn't mean to mute you. Wait, hold on, sorry. Can I remove that? Oh, no, I muted the wrong person. How the fuck did this happen? I muted the wrong guy, bro. Oh, no, I clicked on the wrong guy. How can I unmute you? Oh, no. Can I... 10 seconds? Can I do it like this? I think he's gonna be back, right? If I do 10 seconds. I think it unmutes him. Alright, cool. Where were we? Where were we, bro? Good PSU as well. Good PSU. This is a 6 system. I realized that my CPU is sold. Well, you guys just don't pay attention, I guess. Performance-wise, we were at the part, you said it's a used SSD. Dude, I don't fucking understand what you guys want from me. Like, is everything okay? Like, what is it? Allow me to send my PC part picker? Dude, it's too late, man. I'm not gonna take it into consideration. The time's over. Is the stream okay? Why are you guys freaking out like this? Like, what's wrong? Literally, what's wrong? You guys are acting weird. Oh, okay. Good then. Alright, performance for Technic. The performance is going to be pretty good. Like what, an 8 out of 10? 7.58? 8.5 maybe. I'm thinking 8.5. A 3070 Ti and a 3700X is going to be pretty good for 1080p, especially for this kind of budget. Like I feel this is good value. For 750 bucks, dude, I think you did very well, especially the 32 gigs of RAM. I think it's very good. I'm going to do 8.5. I'm going to do value is very good, bro. I'm going to do a 9 in value. And the aesthetics is, yeah, you know, it's fine. I'm just going to give you like an 8 for that, you know. Yeah. So what's this going to be? A 25.5. High score as always. High score as always, bro. Pretty good. You look like a Bosnian. I'm not a Bosnian. Pretty good. Pretty good, bro. Pretty good. All right, let's see Lunar now. This part list is private. Lunar, you sent me the wrong link, bro. You sent me the wrong link. Okay, we're on to Lunar now. Did you guys copy each other again? Did you guys copy each other again? Maybe not. Maybe you didn't. No, I don't think you did. I don't think it did. So we have 3800X, so a bit faster than the 3700X. Same AIO, same board, 16 gigs of RAM this time, a 1 terabyte SSD, the same GPU. Okay, so same GPU, Montec XR, decent PSU as well, and then an IO shield. You included an IO shield. Can I copy your homework? Sure, but don't make it obvious. What's your opinion on the 1080 Ti GPU? I mean, it's the best GPU ever made, but nowadays it's like a 3060 without features. Lunar, so I gave 8.5 to Technic since that was 32 gigs of RAM. Why do you rate high PC with scam RAM? Is it a scam or not? I didn't state the check too much. Is it a scam? 32 gigs used for $100 is weird. But like if it's legit, I mean, alright. All right. It's a scam for that price? It's nowhere near legit? Yeah, I think so. I think so too. Yeah. So what do I do? Do we disqualify Technic? Yeah, $100 for 32 gigs is even used is a bit, yeah. The seller has 0 reviews, bro. Ah. Alright, cool. Cool. Unlucky. Unlucky then. Alright, so let's do Lunar then. It probably is a scam, yeah. 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 Alright. So I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna do still like 8 or 8.5 for Lunar. Value is very good again. 9 out of 10 value. And aesthetics is like, I don't know, 8.5. I like the Montec XR. Pretty good. You know what? No, I think I'm gonna do 9. No, 8.5. 8.5 is fine. I would have done 8.5 for performance if it were 32 gigs of RAM, but I'm just gonna do it at 10. I'm just gonna do it at 10. So 25.5. Cool. Lunar is done. Amlon, okay. Let's see Amlons. 3080. Holy shit. 12400F. Okay. B760. Is this a... Wait, it's sold. Bro, what? Bro, it's not in stock, bro. What are you doing? Bro. Lunar can't type in chat? I'll type for him? Okay. Dude. Ah, well... Dude, like, this is, we don't have a PC. Where's the cooler, by the way? There's no CPU cooler? Yeah, there is none. Dude, nah, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, man. Sorry. Sorry. Just 0. Same for Technic. Bro, I have to come from another account. Please unmute my comments. You made me mute by mistake. Yeah, sorry, man. I can't unmute you. I can't unmute you. You're just gonna have to wait a bit. I'm sorry. I just did it for 30 minutes. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was my bad. That was my bad. Sorry. No, I just I muted the wrong person, and I can't unmute the other account. Or I don't know how to. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, sorry about that, man. That's my bad. I don't know how you do it. Can I submit my list? No. No, I was very clear. You needed to do it in time. The time is over. It's been over for quite a while now. Okay, so wait, who is this? Zillion. Zillion with the bundles again, huh? Alright. Cheap cooler. Brand new SSD. That's nice to see. 6700 XT. Okay. Similar in performance to a 3070. Right around there. Okay. Decent case for pre-included fans. Cheat code. And then we have... What do we have here? We have a bundle, huh? Huh, this is pretty cool. So V550M. Okay. 5500. And how much RAM? 16 gigs. Well, I couldn't have expected more. This is not bad. This is not bad. Though this is definitely going to be this is definitely going to be a difficult one to say. Because in 1080p, the lunar system is definitely going to beat it. So I think like a 7 out of 10 is going to be fine. I think. Should I do 7 out of 10? Yeah, I'm going to do 7 out of 10. Value is going to be like an 8 out of 10. It's definitely not bad, especially with that bundle. And the aesthetics are nice. I'm still going to do an 8. I feel like this is fair. Yeah. Is it? Yeah, 23. 23? Yeah, 23. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Boom. And then last one. Oh, okay, let's see. 3070, 5500, B550M. One day I'm gonna win, bro. You got this, man. Send Lunar's list again. Want to check something real quick? Go get it yourself, my guy. It's right here. You can check it right here on submissions. I was sending and you muted me before I sent. Brother, I told you. I muted you by accident. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do. You have to wait like 30 minutes. There's nothing I can do, okay? I can't. Okay? Oh, the link is private. Oh, yeah. Wait, hold on. Let me get you that then. Let me edit the one from Lunar. Okay. Let me go back to this. So we have an Assassin X120. Okay. I mean, this is decent. Does this have any fans? Sort of like an SFF build, right? Sort of, not really though. It's a micro ATX build. This thing looks like it's seen better days, but not bad. 225 for a 3070, that's not bad. I'm gonna put this like probably just like exactly the same as Zillion's. 16 gigs, okay, that's legit. Okay. B550MA Wi-Fi, 60 bucks. I mean, it's gonna do the job. I guess it's gonna do the job. Can you rate my updated list just for fun? Sure, why not? I feel like this is just like Zillion's. I'd still give it a 7 because it's still basically equivalent in performance, 6700 XT to a 3070, and then it's the same CPU. Value-wise, it's nice that we have fans, you know, for airflow. I think it's literally just like Zillion's, to be honest. Yeah, I'm just gonna do the exact same. I think it's still at 23, yeah. Yeah. I was sending and you muted me before I send. On Discord also, I did not mute anyone on Discord. So, no, you're doing something wrong. I did not do anything. Alright, cool. So, Lunar wins, right? Yeah, Lunar won. 25.5. Alright, congrats, Lunar. I need to go eat something. There we go. Cool. Cool. And now I'm going to take a look at your thing right here. Oh, just a 12400. Dude, this would have been a very good build. This would have been a very good build from Amlon right here. This could have been a very, very good build. Had this thing, I would have rated this very highly. So we have a 12400, which is nice. 104 bucks. Yeah, okay. B650M board. Okay, that's cool. I've already had a look at these things. I wanted to see this 3080. So there's a 3080. It's not the fanciest model in the world, but it's still a fucking 3080. And the fact that you squeezed all of this in here, dude, that's mighty impressive. Use BSU, which is not the greatest thing in the world, and 750 watt is going to be fine. Wait, it's not used, never mind. Not used, never mind, no, never mind, it's not used. It's from Ewing. Probably open box or something, I don't know. No, yeah, it's fine, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. Yeah, this would have definitely been a contender for sure. Engineering sample, yeah, it's slower, yeah. Still gonna be, wait, is it gonna be faster than a 3070 Ti? Maybe, I'm not sure. Probably, but still, this is a good system. Good system. You probably would have been tied to Lunar. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe. 12400 also has less motherboard compatibility. Dude, do $900 4K. We're not doing anything else today. So maybe next time. It's saying you don't have permission to send to this channel. You need to DM me. That's what we said at the beginning. You can't type in that channel. Not today, next stream. Yeah, that could be a good idea. $900 for 4K. That could be a pretty good idea. $3,500 Indian market for real. Yeah. This is pretty good for 15 minutes. It's very good for 15 minutes. Yeah, it's very good. Very, very good, my guy. And you've won more than once, from what I remember, so. $900 for 4K is a PS5 Pro. Oh, that could be interesting, you know, beating a PS5 Pro, you know, or something like that, I don't know. You should be able to beat a PS5 Pro, I think. Maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Yep, don't need another win. Yeah, man. Anyway, congrats to Lunar. I'm gonna give you the roll. Here we go. Rolls. PC Part Picker Challenge Champion. There we go. Congrats, bro. Congrats. You didn't get scammed today. You didn't get scammed today, my guy. Yep, alright. Why did you say 6-7, bro? What was the point? What was the point of you typing 6-7? Alrighty. This is done. These things are tiring. Okay, I'm gonna take a break. 30 minutes. I'm gonna go eat. Okay, and then yeah. He tried to see if it's banned. Oh, that's a very good idea. How have I not thought of that? 6-7 is banned, bro. I can do that. I can do that. I can do that, bro. I can ban it. I can ban it. Yeah. I can do that, bro. Sure, I can do it. All right, boys. I'm gonna take a break. Okay, I'm gonna be back in like half an hour, okay? And then I'm probably gonna be like for 1 more hour or so. The solution to 6-7 is 8-9. Why was 6 afraid of 7? Because 7-8-9. Such a shit joke. Alright, see you boys. Half an hour, I'll be back.